Did you really like playing in the snow, Jameis? Because your comments after the game where you were just like lit up about your NFL Films moment. But, I mean, you played your college ball in Florida. You're from the state of Alabama. Do you really like playing in those big snowflakes, Jameis?
I thoroughly enjoyed it, Rich. It was an amazing, magical game is how I describe it. Definitely because we finished with a win. But I just wish you were there, man, just to see that snow coming down, getting thicker and thicker. It was amazing.
The thing I think I'm really enjoying about watching you, certainly the last few years, Jameis, is you seem to be present more than ever, and like it's inspiring how present you are, living in the now, living in the present. And where does this come from for you, Jameis?
Well, I think it just comes from one, education, reading, understanding what is mindfulness, what is being in the now, what does that require? And the simple thing is taking the simple approach. It's a book called The Kaizen Way, where you're just doing simple things over and over and over, single-tastic, one play at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time.
And when did this sort of strike you as the way you wanted to live your life, Jameis?
Man, honestly, I was listening to Kendrick Lamar's album, and he had author Eckhart Tolle speaking throughout the course of the album, and he referenced this book called The Power of Now. I've been working with a sports psychologist, and we always talked about, not just being in the moment, but being the moment. And I read Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, and it really just emphasized the importance of now. We cannot worry about the past. We cannot worry about the future. All we can do is all we can do right now.
Well, that's awesome, but I think you just lost Drake as a fan, Jameis.
No, I think I lost Drake as a fan back in 2017, honestly.
Is that right? But in all seriousness,
that's a story for next time, Rich.
Okay.
I was wondering, like, what happened, James? What's going on there?
I'm like, I don't know. Did you beat Toronto? I don't know. But in all seriousness, how is that translated to wins for you? Do you think?
Well, one, translated to wins for our team. Well, we have a great defense here at Cleveland, and we're being efficient on offense. And I think like one thing that I learned, like my 2019 to 2020 year, where I got the coaching from Bruce Arians, Clyde Christensen, Byron Leftwich, Sean Payton, and got a chance to watch and study Drew Brees. They were so much decision-oriented and not outcome-oriented. Obviously, in Tampa, that 19 year, it was a lot of unfortunate outcomes on the turnover schedule. But when you look at the decision base, the decisions were there. And once I got around Drew and seeing that displayed day in and day out with a head coach who told me about this way of the Canadian football. Hey, let's be efficient on first and second down and not have to get to third downs. Coming from a coach of, no risk it, no biscuit. So just blending those two perspectives and those great coaching styles, because those are two great head coaches of Bruce Arians and Sean Payton, and get a chance to witness it from one of the best quarterbacks of all time in Drew Brees. Now I'm getting it and I'm able to apply it out there on the field.
And, you can make Sean Payton, I guess, lament him instilling anything positive in you on Monday night, right, Jameis? Like you can go into this spot and really wreck that buffet on Monday night.
I know he's gonna have a plan, and I know we're gonna have a plan, and it's about whoever executes that plan to the best of their abilities on Monday night.
So, what vibes for you with Kevin Stefanski and vice versa? Do you think, Jameis?
Well, the thing with Kevin, man, I think he's one of the most poised leaders that I've ever been around. And I told him this, it kind of reminded me of Coach Tony Dungy. where, you know, he never really breaks a sweat unless he's in there early in the morning getting his workout in, or lifting with one of our strength coaches, and he's always positive. Man, we had a conversation talking about Fridays, right? Well, it was a Friday where, you know, things weren't as detailed as they were capable of being, or they were required to be. And he said, you know what, Jameis, you know what I call Fridays? You can't mess up my Fridays, right? And I was like, that's an excellent perspective, and that's how he is. He's just cool. I really have admired how he lets everyone do their job. You know, he has a great perspective from his head coach perspective. Like he gonna have his hand in the pot, and he's gonna lead from afar, but he's never gonna step on anyone's toes. He's gonna let the coaches coach. He's gonna let the players play. But if he feels something is required to be discussed, he will not turn the other cheek. He will make sure it's known and addressed.
When do you start forming what you're going to say to the team? Because everybody's fascinated. Everybody wants to watch you fire up your teammates before a game. When do we start the process, Jameis?
The process has started really with my routine in the morning, spending time in the Bible and just studying what the Lord is putting on my heart, studying how the course of the week has been. The time that I've spent with some of my teammates, you know, sometimes I start conversations just off of individual conversations that I had from a teammate that was struggling in some area, that I can continue to lead him in that area, and then it resonates throughout the whole course of the team. But it's not like I'm rehearsing these speeches, man. I'm just really letting the Lord work through me and saying whatever comes out of my mouth, he's put on my heart, and I'm trying to be impeccable with my word and lead these men to a victory. That's it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.